Hey guys, welcome to the video. This is my net worth update for December 2025. If any of you are new here, my name is Riley and this is my wife Sophie. I am 27 and she is 26 and we live here in Queensland, Australia. I work primarily as an emergency nurse who has a serious interest in personal finance, and I have a goal to build enough financial stability for my wife and I to the point that we could possibly be work optional or go part-time by the age of 40 years old. I make this video once per month to be transparent with my finances, to share what I've learned along the way, and also just to track my progress. So if you vibe with that kind of stuff or even just really enjoy this video, hit subscribe because another one will be around very soon. And if you would be so kind as to hit the like button for me, it really helps me out as a small channel here on YouTube. And as a thank you for taking 2 seconds out of your day to do that, here is a picture of a goldfish. So let's not waste any more time. Go grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's get into the numbers. Starting out with my shares portfolio this month. I've got my laptop just to the left of the screen, so I'm gonna be reading all of the numbers and figures of that. I'll first go through all of my US investments. As of this month, I have $10,454.66 in US stocks. Now remember, all of these figures are in Australian dollars, so keep that in mind. And that is a loss of $202.12 or 1.9%. I'm sure anyone who's invested in the stock market has seen over the last month a little bit of poor performance, but we can expect this from month to month and we should expect this as investors. And I have faith, as should you, that the stock market will eventually recover. But going through my split, I have $2,773.93 invested into VOO, one of the most popular ticker symbols or ETFs out there. And I'm sure you've heard of it, but if you haven't, it is an ETF that tracks the S&P 500, so the top 500 companies in the US. So basically think all the big names like Apple, Google, Tesla, Coca-Cola, Johnson & Johnson, Microsoft. Any big American company that comes to mind, it's gonna be in this basket. And because of that, it is super popular and it's a very low cost way to get broad exposure to the US economy. So I honestly believe that if you're investing in shares and stocks, it belongs in your investment portfolio. So if you haven't already, go check it out. And moving right along, we have $6,547.32 invested into QQM. Again, a very popular ETF, but QQM is basically an easy way to invest in the top 100 companies on the NASDAQ 100. So it is an ETF that primarily focuses on innovation and technology. So again, you're thinking names like Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Nvidia, all of the big tech giants in the US are going to be in this basket, and I use it as my primary growth engine of my portfolio. There's a couple variations of QQQ, which I'm invested into QQM, which is basically the same. It just has lower fees, makes it better for long-term investors like myself. QQQ is built as a more day trading format. And lastly, for this side of our portfolio, we currently hold $1,148.92 into VEU. We invest into VEU because I don't want all of our money tied up into the US market solely. VEU is a great ETF to give you exposure to places like Europe and Asia and other emerging markets like Vietnam and China, all in one ETF, and it's ex-US, so you're not overlapping with any of your US ETFs. And I mainly use it as a tool just to diversify myself globally, so I'm not so heavily reliant on US markets. Just a really simple, easy, low-cost way to get diversified all around the world without having to pick up individual stocks. Now, if you want to sign up to the same brokerage app that I use and I recommend to all of my friends, download Stake. I'll leave a link for it in the description, and I'll also leave a code down there as well. If you use my code when you're signing up, you get a free stock, I also get a free stock. So we're helping each other out. And if you're lucky, you could possibly pull a stock like Nike, which is worth up to $100. So if you're just getting started with investing into stocks and shares, you can use this code to give your portfolio a little jump start. Now, moving on to our Australian investments, we have $1,111.78 invested into Aussie ETFs. We have $537.74 invested into VHY and $581.04 invested into IHD. So I hold both of these ETFs for completely different reasons as the previous 3 that I mentioned. Both of these ETFs are high dividend Australian funds that pay distributions out quarterly. And the little cherry on top of that sundae is that most of the dividends are fully franked. That means I not only receive income on a quarterly basis, but I also get franking credits, which basically means the companies that are paying out my dividend have already paid tax on those dividends, so I don't have to. So I can use franking credits when tax time comes to reduce my tax bill. To keep it simple, the income from these ETFs are more tax efficient than regular unfranked dividends. These are quite new investments, so I'm yet to see this actually play out come tax time, but I've held these for a few months and I'll continue to hold them up until tax time next year. I'll talk to my accountant and I will make an update video for you guys. Moving on to my crypto portfolio. This month I have $308.44 invested into crypto. So that is again a negative swing of $66.64 or 21.6%. Guys, I don't know what I'm doing with this investment. Is it like stocks? Do I buy the dip? Just let me know. I need help. Even though it hurts, I know it's just really an experimental investment. It could technically go to zero and it won't affect us at all. I just don't like looking at it at the moment. Ever since I bought them, I've only ever lost money checking on it month to month. So it is my least favorite investment. If you've got any advice for me, chuck it down in the comments and we'll see if we can save my crypto portfolio. Something I love to look at though is our real estate. This month we've had some more growth in value in our property. The latest online real estate evaluation gave us an $912,000 evaluation, which is a very nice increase from last month, and it has honestly saved this video. Again, the online tool that I use isn't perfect, but it's something that a lot of property investors around Australia use, and I'm not gonna get a real estate agent in here to do a valuation on our property every month for this video. So it's the best we've got, but that gives my wife and I a $593,627 worth of equity in our house, and that is a positive swing of $29,153 or 5.1%. So that is awesome to see because as you've seen previous, every single thing I've mentioned has been in the red this month, but it's really saved the dip. And speaking of things in the red, let's talk about superannuation. This month I have $58,331.65. And that is invested into Q Super's high growth index. And Sophie has $60,987.26. And that is invested into Q Super as well, but into their balance fund, which is the level of risk that she is comfortable with. Added up together, we have a combined super of $121,111.29. And that is a negative swing of $1,792.38. or negative 1.5%. So more things in the red this month. In November, we seem to be good at losing money, but we're not panicking yet. Cash and savings. We've done a little bit of Christmas shopping this month, and we've also taken advantage of the Black Friday sales. So we have zero physical cash in our house this month. So if you're going to rob our house, this is not the month to do it. And in our offset account, we have $54,312, and we use this lump sum of money as both our emergency fund, as our travel fund, and also a little bit of money set aside for this year's tax bill. We just like to keep it all in one lump sum in our offset to maximize the amount of interest that we are actually offsetting off our mortgage. And we have $2,794 in our spending account. And this used to be our spending account that we would use for all of our transactions, but now that's our credit card. So we pretty much only use this account to pay off said credit card. And finally, moving on to debts and liabilities, I have $31,999.91, that's a lot of nines, as a HEX debt at the moment. And Sophie, for her HEX debt, she has a measly $5,032.21. So both the same as last month. The 20% slash for HEX debt has been announced. And I was hoping to see it come off for this month's net worth update, but we haven't seemed to receive ours yet. So hopefully it'll all be processed and taken off our balances for the first update of the year in January. And finally, we have zero consumer debt, and our credit card is paid off in full every single month. So we pay no interest and we maximize the amount of points that we are getting. And again, a caveat is that I don't include any house contents and I don't include the value of our cars, although both of them are paid off, so we don't owe anything on them. And that brings our net worth this month to $744,901.67. And that is a positive swing of $26,742.61 or 3.7%, which is so awesome to see. Going through our stock portfolio, crypto portfolio, and our superannuation, I thought we were going to be in the red for the first time in this series, but thankfully the increase in our property valuation saved us. Just as a side note, this really displays the benefits of diversification. I was red in every single category bar one, and it ended up saving the whole month. So when your finance guy or when I tell you to diversify, we mean it. Because if I had my entire net worth just all caught up in crypto, this would be a much more emotional video. So I make this video every single month to track my progress and to be transparent with my finances. So hit subscribe if you haven't already, and also hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video. Let me know how your net worth portfolio looked this month. Were you guys in the red or were you in the green? Let me know in the comments down below. And anyway, thank you so much for watching if you made it this far. I really, really appreciate it. And as always, I wish you the very, very best on your wealth building journey.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed that video, you should click here. No, because YouTube thinks you'll like this video. You should click it. No, but seriously. Come on, why haven't you clicked it yet?